Okay, so here I am. This will probably be my third and last review, not really review, my impressions on the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. And I've had it for about 3 weeks now. I don't know if you can see it, so let me just move up a little bit closer. I've had it for 3 weeks now, and it's been really smooth. Today I just used it in the kitchen when I was cooking, and it was really easy for me to bring up YouTube and connect it to these speakers. I have these XB41 speakers that I got at the start of the pandemic, and I have been doing pretty well listening to it. So yeah, I find that it's even more useful as almost like a TV screen without the keyboard in tablet mode. So I use it in DeX mode when I'm at the desk, obviously, and yeah, it's just so easy to connect it outside. And of course, with us working from home, we don't really need to bring such a big device out anymore, because obviously, where would we go, right? I mean, we would, like, right over here in Singapore where I am, except if you're opening your mouth to eat or drink, you're supposed to wear a mask. So there's not much point just hanging around outside for extended periods at cafes or hotel lounges using this setup. So, but I use it mainly at home because I like bringing it out into the living room after I'm done working in my bedroom. And when that happens, I bring the entire set around. But if I'm in a place with less space, like the kitchen, I can just put this on top of my oven toaster, and it works really well. It works just fine. And it saves a lot of space. It's very big, it's very bright, it's vibrant, and I'm using it to watch, comedies mostly, but you can, the 120 hertz screen is really, really vibrant and bright, and I recently got a 512 gigabyte micro SD card for it. So the biggest it can take is 1 terabyte. Well, if you have the cash, you can splash for that, but 512 is even bigger than my laptop's solid state drive. So this is just perfect for me. If you ask me which mode I use it in most, I would still say DeX, because I use it with the keyboard most of the time. Actually, I think it's more of the novelty factor. I mean, I've just not had a setup device, any Android tablet. This is my third Android tablet, fourth. My first 3 were Sony tablets, but of course, as you know, Sony discontinued its Xperia line for many years now. So yeah, after 7 years, I finally got another Android tablet, and this is nothing like what was before. It is so much better. This bezels are so much thinner. Sony is famous. I mean, it did have good screen technology, but the bezels were just humongous. I mean, but yeah, this is the best mobile device screen out there. It's just so smooth whenever you scroll through it, and there's no need to meddle around with the resolution or anything. So it really is a lot of fun to use. And the only thing I don't like is the lag on DeX mode. Like, you can beam DeX on a TV now, but I don't use it very much. I tried it. I don't use it really much because even with just casual browsing, the lag is obvious. Like, you can move your finger on the mouse pad. You can move your finger on the mouse pad, and it would take a second, half a second, or a second or two to catch up with you and what you're doing. So I don't recommend it. Yeah. As for the pen, it stays snug in the back. I don't really use it as much as my Note device, but it's there when you need it. It is so much more comfortable for writing. So if you're doing heavy-duty drawing or stuff, then I'd recommend. It's a much more comfortable experience. And it works well as a mouse as well. So I use it to poke at stuff when I don't have a mouse handy. Oh, one more thing, the scrolling on this is really fantastic. This makes it easy to, move left and right as well. So even if you're, swiping on stuff, the 2-finger gestures are really intuitive, and sometimes I don't even bother to use my mouse anymore because using the touchpad is just so convenient. Yeah, and that's it. Oh, and one more thing is that if you pair it with the XB41 or any other equivalent speaker, actually you don't really need to, because I've watched home movies on this tablet without a speaker and it sounded great. But if you have a speaker, you probably could have your whole home entertainment setup. Because for me, my laptop is being taken up as my work device. So once I log into the company systems, I don't have any option to use it for anything else. Well, and my TV is a screen. I hooked up my TV to the laptop screen, so this is my only personal device apart from my phone that I use, and I don't want to use my phone when I'm working, because the screen is just obviously, if you have a bigger screen, why don't you use it, right? And if you want to do some casual browsing, checking emails or surfing the web, this is good enough. And I don't know, maybe you can get a feel of the speaker as well. Maybe. I don't want to bore you too much, but that's my my 3-week impression of this tablet. Let me